DNA is the physical form of the programming we have come to Earth to experience. Genetics is the binary code. Imagine a number 1 when a particular genetic is on. This is the expression of God. Imagine a 0 when a particular genetic is off. This signifies an opportunity for expansion. This is the 0 plane. It's the material, physical world as an entirety belief with nothing beyond it, as opposed to the number 1 image that signifies the genetic being on. This is beyond the 0 plane. You now find yourself in the spiritual, mental planes. The spiritual is the energetic, subtle energy. Without the experience of ego, all genes would be on. The soul would remember it is a soul. So the question is, what is the purpose of forgetting and then remembering?
If you imagine the ego mind as a shell of protection around the physical form that allows the experience of physical form in its full capacity through evolution experience in physical genetics, and then imagine that cell degenerating into full capacity beyond the physical and the soul walking in and out of the identity quite easily, the ego shell in terms of protection does its job very well, because without it, a sudden embrace of soul in the identity of awareness beyond physical would cause immediate physical death of the body. The ego mind, in its protective force, allows the transition to occur quite nicely. It slowly releases with love, and the soul can, in that identity of physical, walk to the light without dropping the physical body. And with this, in time and space, when the soul can transition easily between the physical body and the soul self in greater reality, then further exploration of space and time in creative consciousness can begin. This was done easily in physical form, in chemical structure, but the observed genetic structure that is life upon this planetary system in the physical definition of life is a concept that has been designed for purpose of engineered constructing, an engineered constructive force, and the entrance in and out of physical body must be something that is achieved gradually. The stone is easily walked in and out of in experience without any transfer of genetic structure to the stone. There is no consequence. But in the physical body, we are desiring a purposeful step into further creative experience, and this negates the need to die. The physical body must live to allow this experience further. The dying practice that has been past consciousness, the death of the physical body for the soul to be released, is something that we are to no longer require. We are to release the ego mind gradually to allow the physical body to continue its life path without loss of its physical genetic construct, and the soul can, in its progressive state, walk in and out of that physical form. We will explain this in much more detail later, once this particular aspect of self has been understood. The conduit of the physical body is important for the progressive state of life to begin. The progressive state of life being the advancement of physical genetic structure. If you imagine the physical structure of chemical form being the origin of life and the atom being the starting point, then we have created the human being in genetic structure from the atom in its original form. We will continue to construct in the physical form many different generations of physical identity, but we require now that the soul can be released easily from the physical body of human, just as it was from the physical body of stone, quite easily, for the progress to begin its next step.